Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me at What Else? Maria Loves to Talk. And no, Maria is not talking about perfumes or candles, you guys. Maria is talking about food. The groceries are sky high. Sky high, I'm serious. We went to Aldi's, Walmart, 99-cent store, and even at the 99-cent store in the Dollar Tree, I noticed the prices have gone up. And I called one of my friends while I was going through the aisle, and we were just talking. She was like, yeah, you didn't know that? They had announced it on TV that the dollar store, 99 cents, was going up. And all these too, prices have gone up. So hey, I'm going to talk about it all, everything. So yes, I need you to click like and subscribe, get you some healthy snacks. What are we going to talk about? Why you should apply for food stamps. I know, and I do follow Dave Ramsey, financial guru, and I know he preaches and he tells people don't apply for food stamps. It's like a sin, you know. And I'm going to talk about some of the things I do agree with about saving money, but I disagree with him by telling people don't apply for food stamps, and we'll get into it. I'll talk about welfare fraud, Medicaid food stamp, and who actually apply for food stamp. Because all my life as a kid, I always heard people say, it's just the black people that be on food. It's just the black people be on food stamps. It's just the welfare queen. It's Pukishi A. It's Nakishi A. It's Kizzy A. That's the only ones that be on it. And then famous football player, what did we see just recently? Him and some other people trying to build a volleyball field, a soccer for his daughter. Okay. You know, so these are some things, and I call a few of some other friends that work with me when I used to work at the food stamp office, and I worked less than 10 years, but in different locations. So, and yes, I have the receipts about that as well. I've got some stories. I was trying to find more stories, but I probably most likely will do a part 2. This will be a part 2, but I'm probably going to do a part 3 because I was waiting for one of my supervisors to call me because I know she has some stories. Okay, so hey, click like and subscribe, get you some snacks. Let's get into it. And don't forget, support me, you guys. Leave me those comments. Or, hey, you know, this might be like Grandma used to say, I'm fixing to put my foot into this gumbo pot. I'm fixing to get into it. And because I'm going to say some things that might be a little too juicy, might be a little too controversial, I'm not going to put the comments on you guys. That's right. I'm not. And I will leave you a keyword, especially if you're in Texas. And if you're living with other people, and now I'm not teaching you to cheat because I don't believe in it, okay? The key word that will make a big difference in you being eligible to get your benefits. Let's get into this. Okay, so hey, let me start with these groceries to get all this stuff off so I can start reading you some information about food stamps, snaps, whatever. And I will tell you one tidbit. Half of the people, at least when I worked, have either been on it or just had got off of being on food stamps. So you might be sitting with a caseworker who maybe just got promoted from being in the secretarial pool or a scheduler, and she was just on food stamp. I had two young ladies working my team that I didn't know because, you know, we've got nosy people that are the Enquirer, they're National Enquirer, they're People Magazine, they're TMZ, they're Radar. We didn't call them that at that time, back in, you know, in 08, 06. But yeah, and they will look people's names up and say, oh wow, did you know that girl on your team? She's got a food stamp case, and I think it's in your supervisor's office. So we're gonna get into all that. So let's get into these high freaking groceries, okay? Tropicana pineapple, mango. Oh wow, this says you guys, this says September the 16th, 2022. Bought it at the 99-cent store. This used to be 99 cents. Do you know? I think this was $1.99. Okay. Picked this one up yesterday. We went. This used to be 99. The big one used to be $1.99. This was $2.49 at the 99 cents. Gold Peak sweet tea. Okay, it's still cheaper than if I would have bought it at Walmart. Okay, these little Martha White blueberry muffin mix. I wanted to buy some that was already made because they have some good ones at Aldi's and at Walmart. And I thought about it. I'm not fixing to spend all that money when I can get these little Martha mix. I think they were let me see, they were 108. Yeah, 108. I put both of them together with real butter in my muffin pans, and I made about a dozen and a half this morning. They were so good, and they will last us the rest of the week. And I put some pecans in some of them, and some of them I put crushed coconuts. We've got to stretch our dollars. Even if you are on food stamps, you still got to stretch your dollars. People don't think, oh, okay, I'm getting $500 worth of food stamps, I can just shop. No. You still need to save. Pick this up, Walmart. Anything that's pumpkin, we've been picking up. Pumpkin spice pancake waffle. I think it was 3 something. It's okay. It was pretty good. From 1 to 5, I would give it a 3.5, maybe a 4 minus. Okay. Picked these up at Aldi's day before yesterday with $1.99, and one was 99 cents. And these stretch. One of them you can put in your little water. Why spend, buy a case for $6 or $7 when you can get these little packets put in your water? Okay, you gotta cut them little corners. Okay, you gotta cut those corners. Okay, we bought this. I don't know who picked it up. Pumpkin spice chai latte at Walmart. Great value. It was so 1 to 5. I give it a 3. I had to add additional pumpkin spice, but it's okay. Okay, probably would be better with some milk instead of water. Saw this, and I knew I had it because I'm one of those people just buy, and then somebody else is buying, and then I got my little niece, she's buying it, and we got all this stuff in the pantry. So this was it from Aldi's. I know I didn't spend no more than like $2. Saw something similar to this at Walmart yesterday because I wanted to get the spicy ketchup. It was 3 something. I just kept looking. I was like, what? And then the organic one was like 5 something. I got this like less than $3 at Aldi's. Okay. Moving on. I did read something where Dave Ramsey told someone, way to save money is to eat beans and rice the whole year. Beans and rice, we're from the South, so it wouldn't be rice, it would be beans and cornbread. Okay, these beans, I forgot where we found these. I remember you could get beans like this 99 cents, 79 cents. These beans now, they're $1.99 and $2.99, even at Walmart. Okay, so beans have gotten high. Beans are not cheap anymore, you guys. Okay. Picked up this because we love eating Mexican food, and we're cheap, so we make our own nachos. My sister makes some great enchiladas. This was $3 and something. I'm like, what, $3? This used to be like no more than $2. This is $3.60 some, you guys. Walmart. I don't know how families are making it to have these little small babies. Well, I take that back. A lot of people are on WIC, but if you don't have WIC, I don't know how people are making it. Half of this is gone, but I got to show you. Simply, this is our favorite orange juice. This used to be 99 cents. It was $1.99 at the 99 cents. Okay. When I would see this, I would buy 4 and 5 of these. Now it's $1.99 instead of 99 cents. I kid you not. Went to Sam's. For all y'all who know my story, you know that I worked at Sam's as a demo representative for almost 10 years, and in between Costco. This has for the longest time. Now Sam's got their own version. Watch my fridge tour video. This was $8 for the longest. It used to be no more than like 9 or 10, and it went down to $8. We went there last weekend. I took my sister-in-law. This is $11 and something. And if you get the one that's the noodles, this is the rice. This is the rice. This is what it looks like, and you warm it up in your little thing. The rice, the noodle, is $14. It's basically ramen noodles that's already cooking. All you're doing is warm it up. It's $14, you guys. When I used to do demos, the rice was about $9, maybe right at 10. It's $14. We saw some chicken nuggets. One of my little nieces wanted to. I'm like, I look at them chicken nuggets. When I first started, the chicken nuggets was no more than about 12, maybe 13 if you got the real high upscale one. Tyson, Pilgrim, all that, the ones with the teriyaki chicken, $17, $15, you guys. I'm showing this. I don't know if you can see it. It's defrosted. Okay. Tilapia. Bought it at Walmart. I don't know who bought it. This tilapia, it was in a bag of about 9 or 8 for $10. It looks like a pancake. It is so flat. I remember when we used to buy them, it was big as a catfish fillet. It is like a pancake. Picked up this chicken. I don't know who picked the chicken up. I don't know if it was, okay. This is the only way I would buy at Walmart if it has this sale. This, and I've never seen chicken like this. It is, okay, breast strips. Little breast strips. Regular was almost 6, so $4.58. Okay. And the last thing, I know we normally don't buy grapes because I'm real funny because, you know, I see people walking around the stores and they're eating with their hands. So I picked the one way to the back, and this here Red Globe grapes. I just saw it. $5.78. The turkey, I bought some turkey from Aldi's. The turkey in the little round cube, the little round, $2.99. The one at Walmart, $3.82. The ground beef was $3.98. What else was I saw? The deli chicken, $6.97. Now, I'm not mistaken, and I don't want you to quote me, but one of our friends from New Orleans said that in New Orleans, they can buy hot food or with their food stamp card. I know here in other places you can't buy hot food with your food stamp card. You can buy, you can't shop like at, I don't know if Costco just started, but Costco and Sam's will let you use your food stamp or your stamp card. I'm telling you guys, it used to be back in the day, people was ashamed to be seen with a food stamp card or a food stamp paper thing. That little food stamp EBT snap card, you guys, that's like walking around with an American Express card right now. Right now, a snap card is like walking around with American Express. I am serious, you guys. The food stamp program started in 1939. The idea for the first food stamp program, FSP, credited to various people, most notably Secretary of Agriculture Henry Wallace, and the program's first administration, Milo Perkins. For every $1 worth of orange stamp purchase, 50 cents worth of blue stamps were received. Orange stamps could be used to buy any food. Blue stamps could only be used to buy food determined by the department to be surplus. Okay, so they had like a red and orange and a blue. Okay, so the first person, listen to this. I was trying to find a picture of her. I couldn't find. I'll let y'all know one thing. She did not look like me. The first person to get food stamp. Okay. The first recipient was Mabel McFiggin. McFiggin, like McFreakin, okay? She was from Rochester, New York. On May the 16th, 1939, the first retailer to redeem the food stamps was Joseph Mutullo, almost like mulatto. And the first retailer caught violating the program was Nick Celzano in October 1939, okay? Then they go on to say that through 1961 through 1964, pilot food stamp program. And then they say 1964 Food Stamp Act. Okay, didn't know that. On January the 31st, 1964, President Johnson requested Congress to pass the legislation making the FSP permanent. Secretary Orville Freeman has submitted proposed legislation to establish a permanent FSP on April 17, 1963. And it goes on here, and it lists required a state plan of operation and development of eligibility standards by states. Establish eligibility for purchase with food stamps, all of items intended for human consumption, excluding alcohol. Oh, I didn't even know that you wasn't able to get soft drinks at one time. Luxury frozen foods, luxury foods. It prohibited against discrimination on race, religious creed, national origin, and politics. Okay. Appropriate funding for the first year limited to $75 million, $100 million for the second year, and $200 million for the third year. Okay, good to know. Okay, so here, let's get into, and I'm gonna come back, who gets the snaps. Okay, so this is some things. Dave Ramsey, we all know, and I used to love to listen to him on the radio, and I thought he was on TV, on cable, like with Susie Orman. Okay, and he is a Christian faith man. He's an employer. I don't know if he would be considered a small business employer because he has 900 employees. I did not know he had 900 employees on a 47-acre lot, and his daughter's working with him as well. Okay, so let's get to it. So this is from Newcastle News. I don't know what year it is. I'm gonna put all my links down so that way y'all know I'm not making stuff up. So somebody says, "Dear Dave, I'm a single mom with 3 children. I quit my nursing job a few years ago to be a stay-at-home mom, and 1 year later, my husband filed for divorce. The state isn't keeping him accountable for child support. But now," okay, so maybe she had tried to apply for food stamp before. So now she's saying, "But now I qualify for food stamps. Do you feel it's morally wrong to be on government assistance?" This is what Mr. Dave Ramsey tells this lady. "Dear Rebecca, there's nothing morally wrong with receiving food stamps as long as you're not lying about your income or situation in order to receive them." Now, I'm going to just keep it real. I saw people being from in the secretarial pool, being in the scheduler, being a screener, and also, yes, being a caseworker. People will go visit somebody's house and steal their light bill. Yes, they would do that. Then you call and the person say, "No, that person don't stay here. Wait a minute, I remember when Susie Q came to my house last weekend to babysit my kids, so she must have took my light bill and came over there and told y'all that she lived at my address." It has happened. Also seen where mother-in-law or baby mama, daddy mother-in-law got mad at the girlfriend or because she would not give her any of her stamps. So she'll call and lie and make up something. Yes. And then some of them, it wasn't a lie. They were actually telling the truth because girlfriend kicked out their son out of her apartment, or maybe it could have been a Section 8 apartment, and now he wants to move back in with mama, and mama don't want him back there, so she'll call and make a little phone call. So let's get into this. Let me stop the yapping. So this is what Mr. Dave Ramsey is telling this chick. He says the biggest problem with food stamps and other forms of government assistance is many times a person becomes dependent on someone else to take care of them. I don't want you and your kids to develop a victim mentality. I can just hear him saying it, you guys, in his voice. And become trapped in a cycle of substandard living. I don't agree with him on that. Just keeping it real, I don't. Okay. So then he goes on and says, you said you were a nurse before you came home to be with the kids, right? He goes on, he said, I suggest you update your nursing certificate if necessary and go back to work in your field. And he said, maybe even as an emergency room nurse. Then he goes on and say, I know the hours can be weird, but the pay is great. It would really get your income rolling again. Plus, you can afford to pay someone to look after the kids when necessary. Then he goes on to say, you've been through a lot, Rebecca. Life has knocked you around lately, so it's okay if you need to take food stamps for a little while. But I'd encourage you to start thinking from a long-term perspective as what it'll take to move forward and generate good livable income for you and your kids. Okay, so that, is what he's telling her. And yes, 50% of what he's saying, I agree with. Some of it, I don't think that would have been what I would have said, but moving on to the next question here. So someone asks, Dear Dave, I made a huge mistake and allowed my sister to use my credit card. She said she'll pay back what she charged, but now she won't pay the bill. The total was $5,500. Do you have any advice? Boy. So he says, Dear Maria, I'm afraid I don't have anything to give you that will make your sister grow some integrity and character. I used to tell my kids when they were younger not to bust the trust because that kind of thing is very hard to put back together. I'll be pretty upset about this too. Still observing over its time. He says something it's not going to solve. You really have no one to blame but yourself. Okay, so that's what Dave told this lady about credit card. And I know that he shuns people using credit cards. And a lot of these financial gurus shun people from using credit cards. I know when I used to work at Macy's, that was a part-time job, the the HR lady told us, oh, never get credit cards. If you get a credit card, only get the credit card or finance a house, a car, or you making big purchases like a washer or dryer. But don't use credit cards for groceries. Don't use credit cards to go out to eat. That's what she would say. Okay, so moving on again. Let's get back to Mr. Dave Ramsey again. So here, I didn't know this about Mr. Dave Ramsey. It's not gossip. It's right here. This one here says, Dave Ramsey, former Ramsey Solutions employee, says she was fired for coming out as a lesbian. So this was in September 2021. So this woman name, I guess it came up because her name is Stamps. Her name is Julianne Stamps. Says she had been working successfully as a member of the customer care team solution. When she started to come to terms with her, I don't know. Okay. So it was spring 2020, I guess, when she was deciding to come out. So at the time, she said she was married to a man, but she says that she had struggled with her since she was in middle school and that she was ready to live her life in a more open, honest way. She alleges in her lawsuit filed this week against a Franklin-based company run by conservative Christians. See, I knew he was a Christian, but I didn't know he was conservative. Finance personality Dave Ramsey, that if she did that, she couldn't keep her job. Ramsey has already been sued this year over allegations that his company fired a woman for getting pregnant outside of marriage. I didn't know this. And that he runs Ramsey Solutions like a cult. He also has attracted attention over the course of the COVID-19 pandemic for proudly flaunting public health guidelines. Okay, so I didn't know all this. Okay, so then they go on to say, Stamps' lawsuit accuses the company of discriminating against her based on sexual orientation. Okay, the company denies her allegation. As Ms. Stamps knows, she left Ramsey Solution voluntarily and on the good terms to pursue another career opportunity. The company says in a statement. Months later, Ms. Stamps changed the story of falsely accusing her former supervisor and friend of discrimination. Okay, this is what they're saying. While we are saddened by Ms. Stamps' sudden reversal, we look forward to defending the company and her supervisor. Okay, so that's what happened. That's really what happened with her.